Tunde Ajayi, new surroundings, same old Lions. That was quite the show you guys put on.
The last time I spoke to you, I never had hair. It's amazing what you can get in Peckham nowadays.
Looking good, and you looking young in the face as well.
You know what?
Lockdown's been kind to you, Tunde.
I'm telling you, I think, someone mentioned, I think it was Gareth A. Davis, maybe sometimes, the break, it does you good. And we're back. Exciting to be working with the AY again. It's great, all fun.
You've moved now from the Peacock Gym to Box Up.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Oh, it's just everything's timing. I've always said it. For years, people have said, leave Peacock Gym. You need to be your old man. And I'm like, no. It don't work. Life doesn't work like that. You stay low to the end. And I always rejected people telling me go to another gym because Martin and Tony, they've been so good to me from the start, and I like to feel I can still go there if I want. Martin always says, Tunde, you're welcome. But for 20 years, I've been in the same place, and due to the corona and the COVID situation, it was always like we didn't have nowhere to train, so we started training outside my house, and then Steve, obviously, because Steve has always had this Box Up crime establishment, and it's government funded. Boris Johnson opened it. Stephen helps young people with misguided dreams, put them on the right path, and I think the collaboration between Stamina for Sale and Box Up Crime couldn't have come a more natural way. So it's not the fact that I left Peacock or I'm still Peacock to the bone. But yeah, it's time to move on. Everything's timing.
One of Anthony's real mantras, I'm sure it's the same with you as well, it's all about being role models, giving back to the community, giving back to where you came from.
Yes.
This really embodies that, doesn't it?
Absolutely, because that's the thing, everyone knows where I come from, everyone knows where Anthony comes from. We come from the same environment, different places, but the same type of environment. And for a lot of young people, they can never actually touch the people that have made something of their life that came from the same community as them. So I think for the first time, certainly that I can remember, you have a figure in boxing in the community where young kids. I mean, just yesterday, a young kid came in there and he's like, "Bro, what are you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not really doing that. I'm like, look at Anthony, you get what I'm saying? Look at us. We've done something. Make something of your life. You don't necessarily need to be a boxer, but try. The effort you put in will bear dividends, but you have to try. And I think having Anthony in their presence every day helps them believe the dream. And that's why we say dream it, believe it, become it.
Indeed. So Saturday night, next Saturday, Anthony's back. He's in there against Dec Spelman. I guess it's the first, you could say, proper fight since Kovalev.
Yes.
What did you guys, as a team, take away and learn from the Kovalev fight?
Hold on there. Yo, easy. A little bit. See, this is the young people. This what happens when you come at the ends.
But the respect's there, isn't it? They've all shut up.
They're all respectful. But so your question again?
So
what did you learn?
What did you learn from the Kovalev fight, essentially?
Experience. Experience plays a massive part. It's something that I've always said. Experience doesn't matter, but it does matter. Even if it's in a small amount or a small percentage, you can't buy it. You can't pretend to have it. And I feel that on that night, the only thing that defeated us was experience. It wasn't the fact that he ran out of energy or he was exhausted or he never trained hard enough. Or it was the experience, the whole occasion, the going into the Lions Den, so to speak, to Russia, Chelyabinsk. People were having alarms put on their phone. Just that's how dangerous it was. But we rolled up, and the whole experience, the whole hotel, the whole bags getting stolen from us, the whole the day of the weigh-in, them not giving us the right food, all these things that we've never really spoken about. It doesn't matter because it's an experience for us, and trick me once, can't trick me twice. So we're not sad about the experience we have. We gave a tremendous effort out in Russia, and regardless of what anyone says or thinks about us, I think Anthony Yaz stopped 100% rolls after Russia.
Feels like one of those where sometimes you gain in a loss, and Anthony has gained a bundle load of experience points. You've gained experience points.
Yes.
That was a big fight. So what's going to be different about Anthony Yarde that we saw against Kovalev compared to who we're going to see against Dec Spelman? How is he a different fighter, if at all?
Sergey Kovalev is on his resume. That's the difference right there. We are part of history. And again, going back to the fight, Andre Ward, Bernard Hopkins, Isaac Chalemba, none of them landed more punches on Sergey Kovalev than Anthony Yarde, according to ConkyBox. So the fact that we did that with such little experience, that only adds to Anthony, so that's what we took back, the whole experience, the Kovalev, the fighting, the occasion, and because of that, it makes him automatically a better fighter, because we ain't giving up. Giving up is not really in our makeup, and I feel that everyone will tell you, people, I know Frank Warren sits around the table with some people sometimes, and he hears lies that he's heard 1,000 million times. It's experience. So, Frank might just go, yeah, all right, yeah. But then when the kids go, they go, bloody hell, we've seen that one before. And that's it. There's no other way you can explain it. It's just experience. Experience is something that you can talk the best game plan ever. But until you're actually in there, until you're face to face with an elite fighter, you can spar as much rounds as you want, you can hit the pads the best way you want, you can shout as much as you want, but until you're actually in there face to face, you won't know what it's like. And we've got that now. The level was so high that anything below that is going to show. Anthony Yarde will show that we've been up there and you're still there.
And Dec Spelman, obviously, a few weeks ago,
yes,
he was in there against Lyndon Arthur. Anthony was, I think, as he say, he was forced to watch that fight. Were you with him watching it?
No, I was watching it at home.
What did you think?
See, the thing about Dec Spelman, he's one of those fighters that if you're not prepared, he can cause you problems. And I think sometimes what it appeared to me in the Arthur fight and the Shakan Peters fight is that they didn't want to take no chances. They weren't prepared to put their foot on the gas. Anthony won't do that. That's the difference. Anthony's looking to knock you out at all times, every round. So I study Dec, and I just have to give him all the respect in the world, because he didn't need to take this fight. It's a very, very hard fight for him to take so soon after the Arthur fight. And people, I think people were kind of disrespectful to Dec, saying that it was easy, he got his head boxed off and everything. Like, he was game. Lyndon Arthur couldn't switch off for 1 minute. Neither could Shakan Peters. So I can't go into the fight thinking, oh yeah, this is another level and everything. No, I'm taking Dec Spelman very serious, and he will be knocked out.
Well, he says the Anthony Yarde fight is a better style matchup for him than the Lyndon Arthur fight. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that because of the mechanics of the fighters. In Shakan Peters, you have a 6'6" light heavyweight with long arms who could just sit back all day long and jab, grab, no views, nobody wants to see it. And the same thing is what Lyndon Arthur did. He didn't actually do what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to put it on Dec, but I think again it's crediting Dec Spelman the way that he puts his heart on his sleeve, and the reason why it's a different matchup stylistically is because although Anthony can jab, although Anthony can box, box circles around you, Anthony is Mr. Excitement, and so it's going to be exciting. However long it lasts, it's going to be exciting.
So with that title of Mr. Excitement, with the whole lines in the camp, with the fact that Anthony said that Lyndon's performance was a bit boring, he said it on live TV,
yes,
he has to knock him out, right?
Well, you just need to look at our record. That's what we do with knockout. The people in the barbershops don't want to see points. You don't go to a barbershop and you hear people saying, oh, did you see that points victory last night by Lyndon Arthur or by Shakan Peters? They say, did you see Anthony Yarde knock someone clean out last night? That's what gets people talking. So Anthony's very unselfish in the fact that he always puts himself in the position of the viewer. the person watching it on YouTube, they want excitement. That's what people pay for. People don't want to see 12-round points. Ian Napper was probably one of the most skilled fighters Britain ever saw. Nobody really, I'm just being honest. Napper's my man. I used to want to train Ian Napper so much, but it was the fact that he couldn't knock you out. And that's what I train. I've always trained people to knock people out. With Anthony, it's a bit different. He's not really, I don't need to train Anthony because Anthony's got that in his head. So it's all about excitement. I'm looking forward to it. And the BT viewers, the Queensberry Promotion viewers, I think they're going to have a good night.
I think so as well. So obviously the plan after that is move towards Lyndon Arthur. That seems to be the fight that's there. Have you learnt any more about Lyndon Arthur? Has your outlook changed since his last fight?
No, Lyndon has always been a good fighter, a good trainer, Pat Barrett, very respected figure in Manchester. And Pat's old school. I remember watching some of Pat's fights. Pat had a tremendous left hook, you know, and you can see what he's done with Zelfa and Lyndon, even though they are slightly two different fights, but they're under the same teacher. So I think what I saw with Lyndon in the Declan fight is that he's capable of sticking to a game plan for 12 rounds, even if he didn't set out for that, because I remember hearing him say that he hurt his hand and that forced him to really go on the back foot and box. So that's something new that we've never seen from Lyndon. So it shows he too is capable of changing his style. It's all respect with me. Every fighter, I always have respect for them, and I feel that everybody around me, the whole team, that's how we enter fights. But once we get in there, knockout. That's what we think in our head. We just want to knock you out. So unfortunately, I can't really think about Lyndon right now. Dec Spelman is the person I have to not worry about, but Dec Spelman is the person I have to focus on. Get that out of the way, then we move on to stage 2.
Well, I'm going to ask you to think about someone else for just a second.
Yes.
Your friend and Anthony's promoter, Frank Warren,
Yes.
put out these statements, these posters, and at the top of it, you had Anthony Yarde and Joshua Buatsi.
Has to be at the top, innit? It wasn't well. I think the heavyweight was at the top.
Yeah, I think the heavyweight but it was there or thereabouts, wasn't it? What did you think, and how keen are you to see that fight happen?
Well, it's like I told Gareth. We're the A-side. It's just a fact. We have built up a following, amassed certain attention, which Buatsi hasn't. So I was speaking to, I think it was Freddie, or one of them guys from AJ's team, and we was talking, we was laughing about it, because I was like, bro, your boy's getting knocked out, and he's like, well, who you talk about? I said to him it's going to be easy work, and he's like, what, for us? And I'm like, no, for us. So
Freddie Cunningham.
Freddie, it might have been Freddie. Is there somebody else? Yeah, it was Freddie. I think it was Freddie, yeah. And I was like, easy work for us. Like, no one ain't, it's not even, he's like, all right, cool, talk it. I said, and you know you can't out-talk me, because there ain't no one in British boxing that can out-talk me. So you've lost that already. You've lost the press conference. You've lost the build-up. So that's 2-0 to Frank already. And it's, in terms of the fight, I just believe that it's got to be for a world title, or he's got to really make his name in British boxing, and outside of British boxing, because if you think about it, if you walk down the street and say Joshua Buatsi, or people not in boxing, they won't really even know Joshua. They don't really know Joshua. But you say Anthony Yarde, lions in the camp. You even say Anthony Yarde, you just need to say lions in the camp. Everyone knows who you're talking about. So I feel that the fight is very nice, it's prime, but I feel there needs to be a little bit more building before. And Joshua is a good fighter. He's going to do it. He's GB. If you look at the whole history of the thing, all the best British fighters of past years have come from the GB setup. Anthony Joshua, Carl Froch is always, so you know, I know that after Anthony Joshua, they're talking about Joshua Buatsi as being the next one. So it's all good, you know, we're ready. We're always ready, and we're only going to get better, and he's only going to get better. So it makes for a great fight down the line.
Quickly on to one of your other lions before I let you go, Bilal Ali. You've got a lot of lions, haven't you?
Yeah.
Bilal's the only other. No, Amin. So you got 2 lions,
Raza,
3 lions in total on the show.
There's more coming.
What can we expect from Bilal and Amin on Saturday?
Yes, well, Bilal Ali is with us every day, so I know what that young man is capable of. He believes in himself. He's around a team that believes in him, and it's just, you know, everyone's individuals. I know because of his ethic, Bilal's ethic, I know what he's capable of doing. I know his potential. And so it's my job to try and guide him and help him fulfill his dream. Bilal is a tremendous kid. His hands are so fast when he came. I've known Bilal since he's 12 years old. And I just think that Bilal, he's got a great promoter in Frank. And I've already shown how I can guide someone to the top of the mountain. I'm looking forward to Bilal. Because Bilal, for me, I'll be honest with you, Bilal, for me, is the young man that I really want to become a superstar in the sport of boxing. Because, again, it would be a case of me not doing it once, but twice. Anthony, 12 amateur fights. Bilal, 3 amateur fights. So we're doing something right. And for Bilal to become what he wants to become, nothing will make me happier. So I'm just looking forward to it. Him and Ade are doing some new moves. It's exciting. It's exciting.
The blueprint's there. He wants to follow the Anthony Yarde blueprint.
Anthony Yarde blueprint. Everybody looks up to Anthony. Everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. I always say, if someone's the best, especially if you're around them, just copy. I remember when my whole system was based on Floyd, and I went to Vegas, and I used to copy all Floyd's groundwork, skipping everything. So when we went in the gym, nobody was doing it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to keep doing it because Floyd's doing it, so why am I also doing it? So for Bilal, he just mirrors Anthony. He mirrors Anthony. He's his own man, but he mirrors Anthony, so that's great for him.
And Amin Jahanzeb, young featherweight coming down from Manchester.
Oh my God, Stamina Vasil north. You got Stamina Vasil down south, you got Stamina Vasil up north now. Amin Jahanzeb is going to be something. He's going to be something. And you can either believe it now or believe it later or pay for it later. Yeah. You can either believe it now or pay for it later. That's the bar for today. Because he wants it. This kid is always in shape. This kid trains like he's supposed to train. He takes his job seriously, and he's got his nutrition right. All these things are important for young professionals. Usually you wait till you get to a title fight, then you start worrying about your nutrition. Oh, I should have done this. But he wants to do everything right, and Haroon's very excited about it, and I'm happy for Haroon because he deserves a bit of luck. And I think he's found his Anthony Yarde. Not Anthony Yarde, because Anthony will cuss me for that. But he's found his Amin Jahanzeb.
Right, we look forward to seeing him. One final question before I let you go. Obviously, Mike Tyson's coming back, yeah? We keep hearing Oscar De La Hoya's coming back. We saw Sergio Martinez come out. When is Tunde Ajayi going to make his comeback?
You see that? Well, no time soon, according to that fling that I got across the ring. Did you see how Andy just threw me across the ring? I'm like, bro, what's going on? Well, this is what I got to deal with every day. But I'm sharp. You look at my social media, 3 a.m. every day, I'm running. I'm telling the fighters, I'm a trainer. So if the trainer's doing it, and you're the fighter, then something's wrong. I'm telling you, I can whoop most of these kids now. You put me in a ring with Dec Spelman, it's easy work for me.
Well, there's the headline then. Right.
Then I'll run out the back door. But listen, I think that it's that thing, be what you want to see. I expect my fighters to be in shape, physically, mentally, and you got to be consistent. And I'm consistent, I've always been. And I'm just happy to be around a bunch of young men that want to become something in the sport of boxing.
Well, Tunde, it's been lovely speaking to you,
yes,
and good luck for Saturday.
Sharp by the polo neck, hey, bro. Money's running, man. You know they say money changes everything, innit?
I'm trying. Frank pays.
That's it. Frank's the man. Bank with Frank. That's the key. All right.
Cheers.
Cool. No worries.